So, I was talking to my mentor the other day, and we came to the conclusion that sometimes prayer can get mistaken as criticism. And I'll explain. So, I've been seeing this woman, right? And for a while, I knew about the fact that one of her grandparents was ill. And unfortunately, their grandparent passed. And so, we were together when she got the news. She wasn't in my vicinity, but she was waiting for me to come outside. And so, when I get outside, I get in the car, I can just read that the energy is off, right? And she tells me that she just got the call, and one of her family members let her know her grandparent had departed, right? And she's stress smoking, at least attempting to. And in the time it took me to come outside and the phone call, she had tried to roll a blunt. And one, it I'm not making fun of it. I literally looked at it and it just was really like weirdly rolled because she rolled it so quickly and it was skinny. And I'm not mad it was skinny, but it wasn't pulling. There was no suction because she had did it so quickly and just pieced it together, right? And she passed it to me, and that's when I even realized what it was because she was sitting there, and I'm thinking she's just stressed or whatever the case, and just trying to hold the space. I had my hand on her leg, right? And so she passed it to me, and I'm like, I try to hit it, and it don't really work. And then I get a pull, and the ratio is like, it hurt. And then I look at it, and I can see there's no bud in it. And so my tone might not have matched my intention. And this is something I have to accept and I'm okay with understanding. Tone and intention don't always match, right? And reception and intention doesn't always matter. The way someone receives something doesn't have to be the way you intended for both things to hold weight, right? And so I just looked at it and I looked at her and I said, "Why'd you do this?" And she's like, "What'd you mean?" And I'm like, "Why'd you roll this?" And she was like, "I wanted to smoke." And I'm like, "Why didn't you ask me to do it? Like, why didn't you let me do it?" And again, I could feel the energy shift. And she was like, "Whatever, Charles." And I'm like, "All right, bet. I'm gonna back off now because I don't want to argue with you." And you feel me? I'm not gonna argue with you in this state. And then I'm pretty sure we ended up just stopped smoking. And so we went to do what we were doing, ran our errands, and got back to the house. And she's like, "I don't want to. I'm not gonna stay here." And I was just like, "Oh, okay, bet." And then I didn't see her again for a grip. And the next time I talked to her, she was telling me that she didn't want to talk to or be involved with someone who was so insensitive as to criticize her in such a distraught moment, and someone who was so unthoughtful. And I was just like, oh, okay. Again, this is still within 3, 4 months of the whole thing happening. And I'm not going to argue with you about how you felt during your grieving stage and somebody passing, right? And I'm sorry that it was received that way and I made you feel like that because I wasn't trying to criticize you at all. What I was actually trying to do is ask you, why didn't you ask me? I'm here for you. I wanted to be there in the moment, right? I was already on my way to the car. If you would have called me and said, "Yo, that just happened," I would have ran straight outside. In the 2, 3 minutes it took me to get to the car, when I got in the car, I would have had no problem doing it for you. Literally, she was like, I couldn't focus and concentrate. I was just trying to put it together really quickly because I just wanted to smoke. Understandable, completely fine. Exactly why you could have got on the phone and said, "I need you to come roll this blunt for me right now because I'm trying to smoke," right? And okay, cool. You don't have to say that, but as soon as I got in the car, that's what my intention would have been. Whatever you needed, why didn't you ask me? Was me just asking, why don't you let me be there for you? Why didn't you lean on me in this situation, right? And again, that's still selfish because it's asking you to think about me, but I'm asking you to think about me in connection to you and know that you can count on me and depend on me to be there for you, right? Instead, me trying to take care of her in that situation turned into her feeling criticized by what I was saying. I don't give a fuck what was going on with the blunt. I didn't got to smoke it. You feel me? We was getting in the car to go get me some weed. So what you do with yours doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is you actually enjoying what you're smoking and being able to achieve what you wanted, which was to smoke and calm down. You're barely able to even hit the blunt, and you're even more annoyed because the blunt's not working. So you're annoyed at what just happened. You're annoyed with the blunt, and now you're annoyed with the fact that I would have been willing to roll one for you. And I'm pretty sure I handed her back and asked, "Do you want me to roll some?" And so this is literally going on, I don't know, it's been over a year. It's been well over a year, right? And I still think about this from time to time because when I was on the phone with her and she told me she didn't even want to be involved with somebody who was so insensitive and lacked the thought for other people, I was just like, well, damn. Especially knowing that my intention was I would do that for you. I could do that for you. I'm here for you in your time of need. Instead, it read as, "This insensitive asshole is going to sit here and criticize me while I'm already down." And a part of me wanted to like take this understanding now and put it into a thoughtful message and send it to her and let her know like I understand you felt criticized and attacked in that moment and I apologize for making you feel that way. I just would also like you to know that what I meant by asking that question was why didn't you lean on me in that moment? Because I wanted to be there for you, but I can't be there for someone who doesn't let me. But even then, it becomes a me thing. So I don't know. I don't want to argue, and I definitely don't want to argue with somebody about how they felt on the day that their grandparent passed away. And I think a part of it is feeling as if my character was under judgment and review, and my intention was completely misread, which is something that led me and my mentor to this conclusion that sometimes care can come off as criticism. And we all know this because our parents, how many times has your parent told you, what is that? What are you doing? Put this like that, wear this way, you did that wrong. And most of the time, they're just trying to make sure we're doing as many things right as possible so that we live a good life and we succeed. But at times it comes off as undermining our own choices and decisions as if we're not good enough to make them ourselves. And that's why it's really important for us all to build our internal self-esteem and our internal world to know that we are capable of doing things and to have those people that we rely on to let us know, you feel me, like, okay, you did really well in this area and this is where you could improve, or like, you feel me, so we have an understanding of a balance and knowing that the people who care for us the most are going to have some type of opinion. The people who don't have anything to say usually don't care how your outcome is because they don't care about the longevity of you and your well-being, right? So but these are just things you learn as you get older. And yeah, I guess I just have to live with being an insensitive asshole who's unthoughtful. I don't know in this situation. Oh well.